Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the Saab M43. It's a Tier 4 Swedish tank destroyer. It's located on the south spawn of Tundra, and this one is under the command of BertholomaeusRexodus44x2 of the TLG clan. Wow, what a mouthful. Okay, well, let's see if he's armed with the 105 or the 75mm. Well, he's decided to use the dirt gun, the 105mm. It's capable of 370 alpha, and it will penetrate 53mm of armor with the HE rounds, and with the heat rounds, it will do 350 alpha and 110mm of pen. So a lot of pen for a little round. Now, this tank destroyer is actually quite a lot of fun to play. I've played it quite a few times myself and ended up with some pretty good results. It does have a few weaknesses, but apart from that, it's actually also a lot of fun. Notice he's knocked down the tree to give himself a bit of extra camo. And he's watching those tanks go up onto the hill. It's a tier 5 game with tier 4 tanks. Oh! And the modder's trying to push him out the way. Oh no, you shouldn't do that. Now, he won't get a high caliber now, even if he does score the most damage, simply because he shot at his teammate. You shouldn't do that, even if you get provoked. Don't attack your teammates. It only costs you medals, not them. In fact, if they've actually done it to you, then they're quite happy that they've done it to you, because they know they can. They've got revenge on you already. Now, what can I tell you about the Saab M43? Well, Saab stands for Storm Artillery Barn, or a Storm Artillery tank. It's basically an assault tank. It's an assault SPG. So it's not really an Arty as such, although it could be used in that purpose. SAV was made from the M41 tank, and it's actually was made in March of 1943, and that's why it's got M for March and 43 for 1943 is when it was built. Now, they originally armed it with a 75mm main gun. That would actually do considerably less damage, and it's quite a grind. 110 alpha with the 75mm, but it's got a faster reload. The 75mm only takes 4 seconds to reload, whereas this thing takes 9.4 seconds to reload with the 105mm gun. It also takes quite a while to dial in on a target. You're seeing here, he's having a bit of difficulty trying to line up a target. But there's another Saab M43 up there, but he's going for the stug. No, just behind him. Okay, there's that Saab. Now you can probably pick him off as he goes across the bridge, but I think that Saab knows that he's being aimed at, and it may be he's seen the Semavente. So what else can I tell you about this? Well, they really developed it in 1941 to 1944. They start producing 36 of them for March 1944. That's when they were going to actually have them. As I said, they started with the 75mm, and then in 1946, they switched over to the dirt gun. The reason they actually made it was because they were seeing how good the Hetzers were, the Jagdpanzer 38 ICT. They could see how good the Hetzers were, and they thought, well, maybe we can make our own Hetzer out of one of our own vehicles. And that's what they went ahead and did. This is basically a Hetzer lookalike, you might say, although it's not quite as tall, it's not quite as short, I should say, as the Hetzer. Oh, that's good. That's a good one. 346, which is a low roll, but it is a big hit. That guy took it on top of the roof, and now he's down to just virtually no hit points at all. It's the Stug Fear. Okay, M5A1 just there. There's the Saab, and he's stationary. Look how long it takes to dial in. Criminal almost. Oh, and he hit him in the tracks. He just tracked him. Notice it's even got the same chassis as you find on a Hetzer, but it's not a Hetzer, of course. But that guy gets to pull back in time. Yes, it's also got pretty poor gun handling and accuracy. What it does have is the ability to cause a lot of derp very, very quickly. It also does have very good gun depression. Well, actually, it does have. I'm wrong because it does have good accuracy and weapon handling. It's what it doesn't have is good guns at the lower tier. Oh, yes! The T-34 took a big hit, but is he going to hit us? Well, he hasn't yet, but he could go down with the very next shot. And no, we don't get it. 7 Vente kill steals. And now he's got an SAU-40 just around the corner. And he did take a big hit. Now, the SAU's looking at this big Sav and thinking, uh-oh. One shot and he's out the game. But we did take a hit. So, yeah, we did block the most of the damage, but yeah, we still got hit. That was an HE round as well from the SAU-40. There's 5 enemies out there, 4 on our team. Now, this tank was actually replaced in the end by the IKV-103, and in fact, it lasted for a very long time because it actually kept running until 1973. And there's one at the Tank Museum at Aslains. I hope that's how I pronounced it. But it's actually in very good condition. It's actually quite an interesting vehicle, although it's a bit tall. That's better. The gorilla got a hit, so he must have been dialing in for some time. Oh, and there's another Sav's firing. That's the one who we fired at earlier, and he's just blocked a shot for 350. So that was probably an HE round, I think, that was just blocked. No, it was an armor piercing, actually, funnily enough. According to this. So you can see he hasn't got much in the way of hit points, but there's 4 left on either team. Sav's on the bridge again, and he's looking at us. Hello. We're around. Goodbye. Good shot. Now, they did experiment with this this tank destroyer. I mean, it stands as a tank destroyer, but it is an assault gun. It's basically designed to knock out bunkers or attack enemy tanks that are attacking Sweden. Now, originally, they actually tried fitting a 15-centimeter main gun, a derp gun, but it would have had a massive alpha, one-shot killer, basically. And they were originally going to fit one of those, but then they realized that if we were going to fit a 15-centimeter, it wouldn't go very fast because it'd be very heavy and you'd have no armor at all. So, good shot. Here's a one-shot now, and the Wolverine's not going to be able to get another shot unless he just pokes around the corner, but he could kill us with one round, actually. We could splash him to death if we land around near him. In fact, he goes down in the end to the Marder Acton ICT. Now, there's only one enemy left, and that's the gorilla. Oh, and the gorilla just killed the Marder. So, not good there. Because you know the gorilla is actually based on the Marder hull. Now, they also had a project for Bofors Landwerk to actually make a 120mm autoloader featuring the hull of the M43. Oh, he hit the tracks! He knocked his suspension, and I think his teammate, the T6, is going to take the kill if we don't. And he gets it! And that's the end of the game. It's a victory! That's beaten up. Here's the end of battle stats. That was an ace tanker game for BertholomaeusRexodus44x2 of the TLG clan in the Sav M43. He managed to get an ace tanker. He also picked up a shell-proof for blocking more damage than hit points for his own vehicle, a fire for effect for doing more damage than hit points for his own vehicle, and he got a bruiser medal as well for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 6. His win rate was very high, 7,503. Now, did he get the highest damage in the game, and did that shell cost him? It did. Yes, I'm afraid. He shot at his teammate. He missed out the high caliber. I'm not sure if that is 20% of the enemy hit pool, but we'll check on it in a short while and find out if it is. But it's certainly the highest damage in the game. The second highest damage in the game turned out to be the 7 Vente who did that kill steal. He got 865. And the third highest damage, well, that went to the Wolverine who managed 845 hit points. When it came to kills, yep, he got that one too, but he shares it with the 7 Vente and also with the T-34 on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, he's got that one too. So yes, he would have had the top in all 3 columns. His one 837. Second highest was the Panzer Selbstfahrerwehr to INC, who managed 547, and 530 went to the 7 Vente. He fired only 13 rounds. Well, yes, but I've actually played this thing and fired only 8 rounds and got a top gun out of it as well. Because this thing is incredibly accurate. It will fire on the spots. I should have said that earlier, actually, saying it's not accurate. It is accurate. You can fire on weak spots and take them out. And with the derp gun, it is very, very powerful. 9 indirect hits on the enemy, 6 penetrations, 1,547 hit points, of which 346 were at more than 300 meters, and I think that was the gorilla. 3 hits received from the enemy, 2 of which non-penetrations, 2 hits by way of splash, 435 hit points of damage blocked by armor. It was the gorilla who actually got the best shot on him, and that was an artillery round that must have landed, either hit him or it was very, very close to him. 1 enemy vehicle spotted, 7 enemy vehicles damaged, 3 killed, 422 hit points of damage assistance. On a premium count, he actually made a loss of 14,221 credits. That's because he did use a lot of premium rounds. The heat rounds are expensive. 48,880 credits altogether it cost him. But other than that, it was actually quite a good game, and he did get 2,511 experience points as well. So a good game overall, and yes, he did get that final shot to finish off the gorilla and get his third kill in the game. Yes, which of course gave him equal score with the others. So yes, an interesting tank. Let's have a look, and I'll quickly now check and see, is it a high caliber? Well, I'm afraid the bad news is, yes, it would have been a high caliber game. Yes, because 20% was 1,514 hit points. He had 1,547. So that moment of petulance where he shot at his teammate cost him a medal out of the game. It would have made it even nicer, but there you go. This happens, but try to restrain yourself. If somebody shoots you, or they block you or knock you out the way, just remember, you've got the skill to get a high caliber. They probably haven't. And when you walk out of the battle at the end of the game, hopefully, if you haven't hit your teammates, then you are better off. But I'm afraid on this occasion, he is worse off because he shot his teammate. Yes. So please don't do it. Not if you can help it. Anyway, so there you go. It was quite a decent game. If you enjoyed it, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.